What is going on, true believers? Guys, we got a great show today. We're going to start looking at altcoins and we're going to try to find out what altcoins are going to be the best buys for us going into this next, whatever this run is going to be. I got a sense right now that this run is just going to be fantastical. And by the way, if you've been following me, what some of my picks have already been. So this is going to be easy for you if you've been following me for any length of time. But otherwise, we're going to kind of take a deep dive into the charts and we're going to look at what should we really be invested in and what does it look like, where do they rank on the charts. Now CoinGecko luckily has a breakdown of different types of chart action, so we're going to check into that. We're going to look at what it is. We've got some information. If you didn't know, and maybe you didn't know, maybe you did know, but if you didn't know, then guess what? You're going to be surprised. JP Morgan is fudding crypto again. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, going to be a great day for cryptocurrency. I get a feeling right now that we're about to see some more of that spectacular stuff happening because yesterday was an all-time record for the ETF. Now, when I say all-time, I do mean 1 month worth. So I guess it should be noted that I'm not telling you that it's just this massive sort of time frame or anything like that. But, guys, when you watch the Bitcoin chart right now, it's very simple. You look at it and you see that Bitcoin is ranging around 63,000 right now. You saw the dip yesterday. Part of the dip yesterday was about Coinbase. Coinbase didn't come through big time at all. So that was a little bit weird. That was a little bit peculiar, a little bit odd. But hey, Coinbase do what Coinbase do, right? You know what I'm saying? And so it crashes. Coinbase goes down. And then Brian Armstrong comes out and tells you, hey guys, you know how well, we practiced for 10 times the volume that we would normally get. And well, that wasn't enough. How many millions of dollars did Brian Armstrong's, oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Did Brian Armstrong cost everybody that was into crypto yesterday? How many futures did he absolutely annihilate? And he doesn't care. I mean, we should be at least, we know that he doesn't care. So it's fantastic to see. This guy doesn't give a shit about you, doesn't give a shit about me. Absolutely controlled the market yesterday. This is where this is where all of the ETFs are basically, that's the custody service. So Bitcoin is where you got to go to get your new crypto if you're part of this. So in kind of having that control of the market, when it goes down, it screws the market. So that leads to Bitcoin having a huge move to the downside, which again, they don't give a shit about. But I mean, oh well, right, bro? So a lot of people lost a lot of money yesterday. I think it was something like 300 and something million, like just in an instant, you could see it happening. And then, oh man, it was unbelievable. And then they're like, we're sorry. You know what I mean? So anyway, blockchain, what is going on, my man? Hammerside is in the house. Corvette is here. That's from last night, by the way. Mike Volmer in the house. S-Dog is here. Brian Bootyhead kicking it. Pork Fried Bryce, what is going on? Tom Collide in the house. Richard Caldwell. Isabel Medina Ortman is here. Victor Lopez in the house. used to have a roommate named Victor Lopez, by the way. Wasn't his real name. That was his fake name because we all used fake names back in the old days. Kathleen is in the house. What is going on? George Lopez is here. Diamond Nuts in the house. J-Lock is here. Gazzer's here. Good morning to everybody. Ben Fair, good morning. Crypto Surfer in the house. Crypto Mojo in the house. Who else we got? We got Remington Perot here. We got Chuckles Page 84 in the house. We got James Minton in the house. Raymond Pritchard is here. RW7610 is in the house. Jason Pollins is here. General Grievous is in here. We got Jay Smooth in the house. Carlos Carbajal. What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great morning. Make sure you hit that like button for me on the way in. Certainly helps push me up in the algorithm. And look, we got some interesting stuff to talk about because what I wanted to do today is I wanted to look at altcoins. I wanted to give you guys an idea of like some of these altcoins and that bing, bada, bing, ching, ching, big profit. Skelly T's in the house. Nate Nation's in the house. So just want to get an idea. I'm going to show you guys what I have. It's not much. It's not much. Now I do. Okay, so I got other bags, right? But I don't have anything. I'll put it this way: I don't have anything over, let's say, 5,000. But it's not true either. God damn it. I don't have anything over 10,000. So I don't have big bags of anything. And the thing that I do have the big bag on, I have a little bit of Bitcoin. And by the way, there's a custody thing that I got to deal with for crypto. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't have access to Bitcoin, my Bitcoin, until just a little bit. You know what I mean? But then I've got November, I think, is when it unlocks. So, I've got some crypto. And by the way, I'm staking a lot of it with Cryptonomy because why not double your bag? Do you know what I'm saying? And, I would normally be nervous about giving up custody because of something like cloud-based. But guess what? This is the bull run. We're here. You know what I mean? Like I have confidence that these companies are not going to go out of business now. So I am super excited. Look, imagine this. I have 100 Solana, right? Well, I'm going to have 200 Solana. I don't know what the price is going to be, but I'm going to have 100 Solana. So LFG or 200 Solana. So LFG, baby, let's go. You know what I mean? So super excited about that. And by the way, as I'm looking right now, Bitcoin is starting to pump. So let's break this down right now. JP Morgan says Bitcoin price could drop towards 42. Boy, I fucked that up really bad today. JP Morgan says Bitcoin price could drop towards 42,000 after April halving. Jesus Christ, you buzzkill. JP Morgan. Look, first of all, JP Morgan is the Jim Cramer of crypto. In that Jim Cramer is not the Jim Cramer of crypto. JP Morgan should just have Jim Cramer's face on it because nothing that they say is going to happen happens, because at the same time they're saying, yeah, we're going to see 42,000. And also now we're also, just so you guys know, listen. Also, we're letting everybody that we do business with get wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Because we love them. You know what I mean? So anyway, here's what these clowns are trying to convince you of. Number one, that they think the Bitcoin is going to drop to 42,000 after the halving, and we're also offering you some exposure to Bitcoin. We like to offer all of our people Bitcoin because there's nothing that we like more than wrecking you assholes. What they're doing is basically telling you, hey, we think it's going to 42,000. Hey, also, you want to buy some Bitcoin? At 63,000, it's a 33% drop. So here's what I want to do. I want to take 33% of your money and screw you over. So that's a load of horse shit to me. They're not doing that. Bitcoin is not going to 42,000. As a matter of fact, I think there's a possibility that we see 42,000 at some point again. But I mean, you really have to consider, let's just consider that we're in the bull run. We're in the start of the bull run, at least. We're in the beginning phases of the bull run. The last time we dipped down was to the previous all-time high. Well, the previous all-time high now for this next bull run, that's 69,000. So once we go over and get really into the full breadth, if you will, of a bull run, we're probably never going to see these prices again. Like, this is the end of the road. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more quote unquote playing around here. It's about to get super, super serious. And by the way, there's a lot of memes right now that are pumping on the Solana chain. Solana, whatever's going on over there, Solana is at $133. So we're going to try to get into this a lot quicker here. So I'm spending too much time on JP Morgan. F those G's. Anyway, so the 9 Bitcoin ETFs break the all-time high in daily volume yesterday. And just imagine, if you will, like the number was 2.6 billion in one day. Yesterday it was over 7 billion. And listen, February 27th, February 28th, IBIT, BlackRock, they bought 19,254 Bitcoin. Let me read that back to you. iShares Bitcoin Trust bought 19,254 Bitcoin in just 2 days. Guys, I keep telling you 10,000 per day. Well, guess what? BlackRock alone is doing that in the last 2 days. This is just absolutely unbelievable what is going on right now. It's showing you that the thirst, people are seeing it right now. They're understanding what's going on. So just, if you will, imagine, if you will, that the best day was the launch day. The second best day was 2 days ago. And now the new best day by 3 times as much was yesterday. I keep telling you, and I don't think that some people understand. I don't think you get it, what's going on here. This is going to be something that we've never seen the likes of before. This is Bitcoin going to absolute new levels. Okay. Also, and it should be noted, there were 216 million in outflows for Grayscale Bitcoin. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Look at this. In one day, they brought in $673 million in flows. That guys, this is the volume yesterday. The volume yesterday. This is the total volume. Let's put not to put too fine opponent. The total volume for the Bitcoin ETF so far is $65.8 billion, and that's represented right here. $65.8 billion in inflows. Yesterday was 7.7. If that happened every single day, we'd be looking at 247 billion dollars in inflows into Bitcoin over this period of time. Volume, I'm sorry, not inflows, but volume. So the volume traded is just on a fantastical sort of move. And fantastical is not a word, by the way, but we're using it anyway because people say stupid shit like ginormous all the time. So if they can make their own goddamn words up, then I can say finna, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever I want. So we're going with that today. But fantastical is now a word. Check it. So anyway, $673 million in inflows into Bitcoin in a single day. And look at this. It's just IBIT going absolutely crazy. Fidelity going nuts. Van Eck had a negative outflow, and then Grayscale had a negative outflow. So, and then we didn't get reporting, by the way. We didn't get reporting from Invesco, Valkyrie, or Franklin at the time of this. So, yeah, it was big. It was a big day. And imagine this, there was so much volume, they couldn't even track the volume. That's what we're talking about. They couldn't even track the volume. So if you don't think this shit is getting crazy, the shit is getting crazy. You know what's crazy? Now that we're looking at altcoins, Stormtroopers, Solana Gaming project Mixed Mob, MXM is the token, bags the Stormtrooper NFT game. So they've got a Stormtrooper NFT licensing rights, and MXM, Mixed Mob's governance token on the Solana blockchain. By the way, you should buy MXM if it's getting involved in Star Wars in some way. That seems to me, a Solana-based gaming platform acquired the licensing rights to the original Stormtrooper, which first appeared in the 1977 Star Wars: A New Hope. Now, this is not the one, by the way. These are first order troops that I put up here on this. So that's not going to be the one. Trucker Mike's in the house. What's going on, man? So the license allows Mixmob to add the iconic character to its card racing game Racer One as an NFT in the second quarter, the firm said in a press release. Stormtroopers are soldiers in the fictional Star Wars franchise, among the most recognizable figures in the film industry. I get a sense here that maybe MXN. Now, I wouldn't, if I were doing this, I would be looking at MXN right now. Not this is the news, by the way. So when you're looking at it from the news perspective, then you might see a little pump on it right now. So you are seeing a little bit of pump because of the announcement. Maybe wait for it to cool off just a little bit. Maybe give it an opportunity for a dip. Let's look at where let's go with the parabolic move here, and let's see how it kind of trends out. Looking at a chart real quick, you can see that it kind of moved down here to the 618, then it came back to the 382, and then it's at the 236. So it might be on the verge of a breakout right now. So I would look, if I'm going to accumulate, I would catch this right here, and I would look at this as the next sort of move here. And when you capture the top on this one, then maybe that's where your entry point is going to be. So I would just use a fib retracement and just standard, 0.618. If it gets there, go ahead and enter 0.5 if if you really want to taste. Again, DCA just a little bit at a time so that you're not put into a bad situation with that. You want to make sure that you have exposure, but not too much exposure. That's the important part. So look for an entry point right there. But know, by the way, that when you look at it's basically trending at its all-time high, and you don't want to buy at the all-time high. You want to see where your entry point is and where your best exposure is. Now, broadly speaking, if we come over here and we look at what MXM market cap looks like, it's number 2613. Guys, has a market cap of 14 million and a volume of 1.3 million. So, the self-reporting market supply, though, this is important here. 146 is the self-reported circulating supply. Total supply is 1 billion. So I would be very, very nervous about this because they're going to dump on the market at certain points. So just remember, when you're buying this as a long-term investment, but the fully diluted market cap, 100 million. Now you got Stormtroopers. That's a billion market cap, most probably in crypto, to have a licensed Stormtrooper in it. And it's on Solana. So guys, at some point, these games are going to take off. And when they do, this is going to be one of them. So I would be looking at the Solana gaming project Mix Mob as one of them that I want to add to my bag. Now, let's take it. We're going to stop with news right now, and we're just going to start doing some chart stuff, and we're going to try to figure out where everything is going in this market and figure out what are the cryptos that we need to be in. What are the things that we're looking for this next bull run. So I'm going to start off with my favorite. You guys should know it by now. It's API 3. And should I say this is my favorite token ever? No, it's not. I think that it's very intriguing, is what I think, right? This launch came in at $8.50. And it was not that long ago, by the way. This was February of 2022 when it launched. It's now having that little bottoming. This is a pre-sale dump and stuff like that. And now they're getting to the spot where they start to break out, right? So the breakout, this is what it looks like. This was the big candle yesterday. By the way, I DCA'd a little bit more yesterday. And now we're trending at about $3.97. I'll show you. I got a long in a position right now with a liquidation point of like $3.70 or something like that. But yeah, I'm up $148 at 80% right now on this move. I set my entire take profit for $300. Now, do I think it's going to be $300? Not really. I mean, it could, but at $300, if this thing went to $300, then my profit on it would be $222,994. So I definitely don't plan on being around for $300 on this long. But if I set a long at this position right now with the idea for that would be what, $330. If you put, $500 on this, that's like $300,000 from this move right now. That's assuming it doesn't go back down. The liquidation price here for me is 3.6, and I don't have this on cross. I have this on isolated, so I don't, it's not going to continue to take money from me. But look, I do think that API 3 is going to start ripping again. Now, the other thing is, this is the important part to me, is that this was that kind of unnatural occurrence yesterday from Coinbase, right? So I think that what we were in up until then was this move upwards. So I think it was continuing on, and I think we were going to see $5 again. And so I'll take that kind of move, right? This kind of negated it. This whole Coinbase thing kind of negated the move, and it'll have to start making its way back up again. But it looks like it's in a positive. It looks like it's in the positive right now. So I think that that's what we're going to see. So I'm going to be big on API3. And if you haven't already, go look at API3 and decide for yourself. Because what this is this is a Web 2 to Web 3 transfer mechanism. I mean, basically, what API3 is doing is they're creating a boom, 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 boom. And that's a smart, Crypto T, by the way, I don't know who this is, but very smart person. Yesterday, kind of pointed out something that a lot of people are overlooking. But if you come to API3, then yesterday, the TIA USD price feed is now available on the API3 market. TIA is the native token for Celestia. Also, the APX is now available on the API market, is the vault share token that users receive when they deposit PX ETH into the auto compounding. So what they're doing is they're continuing to add new pairings here. Builders looking for a new challenge, come learn about searcher bots, MEV auctions, and how OEV networks recapture lending. These guys are all about money. We just hit 100 million total value TVS. Developers are discovering the utility of API's Oracle stack with steady adoption leading to vertical growth. And we're just getting started with OEV network rolling out soon. We're gearing up for an L2 summer. Guys, this is DeFi Llama, by the way. We check this out all the time. Total value locked down here. You can see like some of these different ones are out here. And this is, we want to do all chains. And it's not working right now. So I don't know what it is doing. But anyway, so the Oracle, this is one of the biggest oracles that are out there already. And then you've got the RS ETH. Every day there's new pairings and stuff like that. Now, what does it look like when you see these new pairings? Well, here's the interesting thing. It's not about it's not about that. It's about what these pairings do. So consider this. If you're on the BNB chain, you have available pairings here for Apple stocks. And you have equities markets here. So you can take this equities market here. And if you want to, you can use your crypto. Remember, this is USDT pairing. You guys, you haven't seen this before. You can use your USDT pairing to buy Tesla stock. So, I mean, just consider how important and influential this is on these markets. This thing is going to erupt at some point. Apple, Amazon, Arkham. You've got QQQ, which is gold. You can buy gold if you want to with your crypto. That's incredibly awesome. Peter Schiff, go fuck yourself. Nvidia, Netflix, Microsoft, Meta, JP Morgan, Intel, Google, GameStop, Disney. You can buy whoever you want. This is the future right here, and you are witnessing it right now. So for me, API 3 is one of the more bullish projects that are out there. Trail Boss, thank you for the $5 bomb. TA on Bone, please. Do you think Bones will ever do anything serious? Of course it will. I mean, just because look at this. I mean, it's already, and remember, we bought a bunch down here. So, any kind of big move is a good move. So now to see it start to break out, of course it is, because it just broke out of its long-standing trend. Now, with a little confirmation, then you've got a confirmed breakout, right? Well, this is 1, 2, 3 days of confirmed breakout showing that Bone is now in a new paradigm. So, the reason that Bone is going to be successful, by the way, and I'm not recommending Bone. I wasn't going to recommend Bone on this because we've already talked enough about Bone. But I mean, really, what I'm looking for is other projects. But let's just, for the argument's sake, let's take this one in and consider the Bone market cap, since we're on it. Bone market cap is 323. So this is one of those top, this is something that's probably going to hit the top 100 of markets, right? And it has 169 million market cap. Now, the fact that Bone is not a $1 billion project seems like a travesty, okay? And there's going to be more listings. Bone Shiba Swap did renounce its contract, so it can be listed on a bunch of different markets that it's not been listed on before, and places like it, and it's an easy one because it's an ERC, it's a Solidity smart contract, so it can be onboarded quite simply. But it's on OKX, HTX, 24-hour volume over here. We look at MEXC, OKX, like it hasn't hit the really, really big exchanges yet. Like that, we should note that MEX, OKX, yes, but it's not on KuCoin. It's not on the big ones. So it's going to hit Binance. It's going to hit these big exchanges at some point, and it's going to be when SHIB starts to rally just a little bit more. So you are tied into SHIB, and I mean, look at SHIB having a breakout, right? And look, it's goddamn it if it's going to exactly where I said it's going to go. Like Jesus Christ, like please stop being so right. But we've got a confirmed breakout here, and SHIB is continuing to move. Now, I'm not telling you buy SHIB, by the way. This is like an altcoin at this point, so it's only going to go so high. But it is confirmed that we've broken out. So we're going to continue. We're going to start looking at different trend lines and stuff like that on this. But I mean, like this is when SHIB breaks out and we really start to see some positivity coming, then we're going to see the same thing in Bone. So 8x, 10x, 15x, 20x. I mean, nothing's out of the realm here. I want to say the Bone's going to 420 just because, God damn it, people are going to be losing their mind when Bone goes to 420. So I think that that's going to happen. But I mean, we'll see how this plays out. But the big win for me, I think, and it's not going to be, by the way, you're not going to make a ton of money off of it, but it is going to be like the one, right? And that's going to be Solana. Solana, I think, represents a paradigm shift in these markets. So Solana, it would be my estimation, is probably a $500 token. Now, in order for me to figure that out and come up with, is that correct or not? I mean, let's really kind of look at what Ethereum's doing right now. Ethereum is the number 2 token at a $418 billion market cap. Now, when I look at DeFi Llama and I get an idea of volume, right? Solana measures up to Ethereum in volume. So it's only going to measure up in volume long enough that and by the way, it's not measuring up today because it's $3 billion in volume, but on normal days, this is a good day for Solana. Okay. So we should recognize that. So that being said, there has to be a moment here where we consider that, with Solana being the way that it is, there has to be a point here where it's going to run and it's going to have a parabolic run. Now, consider that it's got a $59 billion market cap. Will it get to the level of Ethereum? Well, here's the thing. Yes, it will. It's going to get to where Ethereum is right now, at least. And that's about an 8x run from where it is right now. So if you just consider that, and if you consider that 59 billion into 418, that again, that's an 8x. Now, let's look at Solana at the current market cap of 134. So, $134 times 8, that's $1,000 Solana. So Solana is probably on its way to at least, and I'm not even saying it, I'm saying at least 1,000. Last cycle, 258. But I mean, as you can see right here, it was still fairly, new, finding its way and finding its footing. But I mean, now Solana is no joke. Now it's got $7.7 billion in volume. People are trading it like crazy. I mean, this is, again, new paradigm. So I think that I think Solana is going to be one of them. It'll be a great stable, by the way, for anybody to have if you're going to hold on to a stable coin, ish. You know what I mean? Ethereum, same thing. I mean, it's not a stable coin. I know that, but you get my point. Like, it's what you use to make swap trades. So Solana, it's what you make. It's what you use to make swap trades. By the way, if you didn't know already, let me go down the list here because I'm a maxi for Terra Luna Classic, and Terra Luna Classic just fell off the top 100. It's right under here at number 104. So Terra Luna Classic now has its own meme coin, the first meme coin on Terra Luna Classic, and its name is Lenny So if you haven't, it's Lenny Lunk. If you haven't checked it out yet, remember this. I just want you to remember this. The first meme coin on Solana, the first, it was Bonk, right? Bonk is now $1 billion market cap. So make what you will of this. Make what you will. But I'm telling you, it is my opinion that that we are looking at Lenny doing probably something like this just by being just by virtue of being the first. So and I don't know if that's going to be the case always. Let's Here it is, Lenny Lunk right here. It's a brand new meme coin. So if you see anything like this out on there, and you can buy it on Terraport. So if you go to Terraport.finance, then you'll be able to you'll be able to trade. And it had like $70,000, $80,000 in trade volume in the last 24 hours, which was way up from what it started with. Like this is the first project. This is the first meme coin coming out on Terra Luna Classic. And what that means, by the way, is that the chain is not necessarily revitalized, but it's doing much better. So I would be looking at something like that as one of the wild, dramatic sort of plays in this next market. So, but Solana, you definitely want to have some of. Shout out, by the way, to Myro. Myro now has, it's pumping to hell. I sold my bag yesterday, and then because I wanted to, I bought back in, and I bought 20% more than I had before. And it's not too hard. All you have to do is go to Terraport.finance. Here. All right. So to buy Lenny, you go to Terraport.finance, and then you connect your wallet, and then all you have to do is click right here and go choose Lenny L right there. And then you want to convert it. Let's say you want to convert to Lunk. Well, there you go. It's worth 1.285 million Lunk at this point. So, and you can swap back over. And let's say I wanted to buy more Lenny. I could buy 2.9 billion more with Luna Classic, or with USDT, or with USTC. You know what I mean? Like you can continue to buy more no matter what. So no, it's not hard to buy. You just have to go to Terraport.finance. And that's just going to get you started, by the way. Here's the thing. Remember, first time you got Bitcoin was very difficult. You had to do just wild shit in order to trade Bitcoin. We got Army veteran in the house. Thank you for the $20 bomb. Can you add one cat, Bitcoin cats to your research? Let's see what one cat looks like. We got it on swap right here, and we got one cap right now. All right, so down just a little bit, but listed on MEXC. Big and positive candle yesterday. So let's now find out what one cat is doing over here. That's what's the market cap? That's the intriguing part, right? So we've got Bitcoin cats, one cat, 39 million market cap, $30 million in traded volume, 5 billion reported supply, 5 billion total supply. So by the way, when this thing rips, if it rips, then this is one of them where they're not going to dump on your team. The team might have some supply. You should always check that with the holders to make sure that you know who's got what. But this is it's trading pretty good, pretty robust right now. Bitcoin Cats, the next generation entertainment ecosystem bridging Bitcoin and EVM networks via the One Cat chain. All right, so here we go. What is the One Cat chain? One Cat chain is the most interesting Bitcoin layer 2, with both Bitcoin and One Cat serving as the gas. One Cat chain mainly focuses on innovations like memes, GameFi, SocialFi, AI, VR, and AR, and many others. The ultimate goal of One Cat chain is to bring fun to the crypto world. And by the way, you're going to start seeing a lot of this. Not One Cat, but you're going to start seeing a lot of this in that people are going to start merging into the Bitcoin ecosystem, where before we were looking at Ethereum, we were looking at Solana, we were looking at Cardano, all of these different ecosystems that you could kind of Polkadot. Matter of fact, Astar that hit the top 100 the other day, that is one of the Polkadot protocols. So you're going to see a lot more of these. You're going to see a lot more of these start to break out. And look, you can add testnet. Army veteran, do you know if you earn it by testing? If I test with my wallet, and since it is Bitcoin layer 2, what kind of wallet do you have to connect? All right. So you can use MetaMask, OKX, Gate, or Wallet Connect. All right. So if you do that, do you earn tokens for testing? Which is, like that's one of the important things in these ecosystems is to get people testing. But it looks kind of cute, looks kind of fun. If there's games on it, then this might be. God damn it! Now I'm going to save it because I want to check it out a little bit later. It seems like a pretty good idea. I did the test net and got 10,000. There you go. So if you want it, guys, go check bitcoincats.world, one cat chain, and go start testing. See if you get a reward for testing. I don't know if the test net will give you 10,000, but it's when you go to live. That's the one that's going to matter the most. But let's move on from that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, if you want me to talk about one of your cryptos, then make sure that you make a super chat. That helps me get to the next one. Otherwise, we're going to talk about what I want to talk to. Dog with Hat, by the way, Dog with Hat's about $1 billion market cap at this point. You can see right here at 87, it's got 1 billion supply. So it's at 87 cents right now. So it's at 879 million market cap. This is not something that I'm going to tell you to buy going into the future in any way at all. I'm not telling you that that's going to be, one of those things that are going to rip, but it could happen. But I mean, let's go down this list here real quick. I want to kind of, Ben's trading at 59.20, probably running up to about 7 very shortly. AvicPay still kind of idling around. In the next week or two, there should be some kind of announcement from them. And then Luna Classic is just kind of off of this last move right there, kind of ripping, and it went all the way up to 15,694. And guys, look, I drew this shit out before to let you know that that's where I thought it was going to go, and of course that's where it went because it's me, right? So it went to exactly where I said it was going to go, and now here we are. By the way, Luna Classic, look, Luna Classic is going to end up at 2.8 cents in the bull run. So if you're looking at it right now, it's about 200. It's 100. 1,000. It's a little over 1,000x from where it is right now. There's going to be a significant burn. There's some stuff that's being worked on that I can't talk about or that I'm not supposed to talk about. But guys, you should figure it out. USTC is at 3.697 cents. Now the circulating supply on USTC is still listed as 8.9 billion and 8.9 billion, but they just burned 9% of the supply. So at some point it's going to be recognized, and when it does, you're going to immediately see USTC do this big green spike again, all the way up like that. So that's coming, and you'll see a value share increase. Advantis AI is starting to recover all the way, going back to its high from that thieving piece of shit who dumped on them and stole that guy's wallet. Volt is on a breakout right now. Now look, I've told you guys before, I'm gonna tell you one more time. At 59 right here, that's a good breakout, but you're gonna have to break out above that 618 to actually get into the golden pocket for an actual legitimate breakout. That breakout looks like this right here. So anywhere between 77.08 and 92.47 is where Volt is that's where you get the value on a breakout for Volt. So until that happens, we're not exactly there yet. It's very good that we're seeing that out of Volt, because that's what we want to see out of Volt every single time, is to see it start to rip. But it's got a long road to recovery. But you don't have people out there telling you, hey, you got to buy when they're dunking on you on the charts, and because they're borrowing. You don't have the bad actors in there anymore. Bad acting. They're bad acting on another project now. But Avalanche was in the buy zone yesterday, and it broke out 43.03 right now, up 7% on the day. Avalanche is one of those that, when you look at it and you come back over here and you look at Avalanche, it's a little high in market cap, right? So if it goes to a 200 billion market cap, that's about a 12x from here, and that puts you at, I want to say, about $600 per Avalanche token. So worth holding on to. 560, I think, maybe this number. But it's going to be worth holding on to if you've already got some, because that's going to be a big and significant move. Same thing over here with some other ones. Cardano at 69 cents. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did, Charles. But I mean, look, Cardano up to $3. Like, Cardano's not even like, there's barely anybody building on Cardano. Well, at least there's more now, but Cardano's never really had that breakout moment that we've been looking for at any point. So I would expect that Cardano, until we get something real, real clear, I would not be bullish on Cardano. I would not tell you, by the way, this is not one of my altcoin picks. Neither is Leash. Leash is too expensive. Doesn't have the rewards, don't match the hype on Leash. SHIB continuing to rip, but it can only go so far. I mean, guys, when we talk about these things, you got to look at what does it do? 8 billion is the market cap, and Shibarium is great, right? But Bone is what Shibarium runs on, not SHIB. The purpose of everything is to burn SHIB. So you're going to have some SHIB burn, but let's remember, again, Bone is the valuable asset in the SHIB ecosystem now. So if Bone is not at 8 billion, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So we'll see how SHIB plays, but it would not be something that I would recommend that you buy. I don't think it has more upside. I think the upside here is Bone, in that it's the one that's going to rip. I don't think it's going to go to 8 billion, but I mean, you never know. Look, if it goes to 5 billion, I would be ecstatic with it. Doge 12.9. Look at this, continuing its move and its assault. It actually had a breakout. And look, if you look at the long term, like, it was confirming like there was going to be a breakout. And by the way, these breakouts, they're matching the reverse on the ETH Bitcoin connection. So this is just a move that was very, very due. Aave, I'm not a fan, but it doesn't run nearly as well, and it's pretty expensive right here. It's going to go back to its all-time high, so it's worth a 5x. Arbitrum is a new paradigm here. Arbitrum, if you come to ARB, like, where do you expect? I mean, if we just consider that 100 billion market cap is reasonable for most of these in this next run, because there's going to be a lot more capital here. $100 billion for most of these tokens is going to be. So then you've got like 40x from where you are. So Arbitrum token is going to be trading for $80. So if you're holding on to ARB, good shot to you. Now, also remember, we were here for the launch. We were here when it was at $1. We were here when it was at 77 cents. Now it's breaking out over 250. So shout out to anybody who was holding for that length of time. Arbitrum, again, there's another 40x in Arbitrum. Even though that's not going to be the parabolic move, that's still going to be a good one. If you want to turn 1,000 into 40,000, Arbitrum is going to be one of those places. Now, Cosmos is fairly new. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not incredibly new, but it really hasn't had its moment yet. It was based on speculative hype in the previous run. It got its nice little tops over here at 46, but that's only 4x from where it is. So when you look at Atom, it's number 23 overall at 4.5 billion market cap. But everything, like, there are so many different projects now built on this Cosmos ecosystem, from Terra, from Terra Luna to Terra Luna Classic, to Crow. As you go down this list, you're going to find more and more and more Cosmos-based items, and that's going to create value for. I've been waiting my life to talk about Spoody. Goddamn, Spoody has been killing it. Let me finish this real quick. But there are a lot of different things that are building, not just on Atom, but in the Cosmos ecosystem. So I got a sense and I got a feeling here that this thing is going to go way higher than $44 on that next move. And then we have Conflux, guys. I can't be more bullish about Conflux. I get a sense here that Conflux, even though Conflux is already number 87, that's only $1 billion market cap. Guys, this is a Chinese blockchain and the Chinese markets are very crypto savvy and very crypto friendly, and it's trading $100 million a day. This thing is going to rip at some point, and it's going to be $100 billion. Conflux to me is an easy 100x from here. That's $27 a token. That's the type of stuff that we're talking about over on that. But I've been dying to talk about Spooty. God damn it, Spooter Man. This is the most awesome thing that you've ever seen, by the way. And look at this. It's not just been up only, it's been stair stepping its way. It had that nice little launch, and then it had, of course, the pre-sale. And then it ripped completely down, and then it got bought back up tremendously from that. And then boom and boom and boom. It continues today, just today, it had its new all-time high. So well, that may not be true. 92.77, 92.40. It almost hit its all-time high. The day is still young, but Spooter Man has been. And guys, if you have not seen Spooter Man on Twitter right now, you are missing out. I can't even describe it without getting with I can't even describe it without let's see here. There we go. That's Spooter Man. So guys, if you can't there's Spooter Man right there. I can't describe it without getting canceled. So yeah, it's and look at the Spooter Man symbols here. This right here, this is Spooter Man. And guys, I'm telling you what, I laugh way more than I should every time I see these. Spooter Man. If you haven't, check it out. Make it's a DGen play. Do your own research. Have your own risk on it. You know what I mean? Like figure it out for yourself. Decide if this is something for you. For me, that's remember, like I got hacked, so I don't have a whole lot of capital on the side where I can just start buying a whole bunch of them. But I think it's hilarious what these memes are. And shout out, by the way, to Rodney. Hope you wish Rodney well. He'll be gone a couple days, and then I'm sure he'll explain everything when he gets back. So, so there we have it. I mean, that's Spooter Man, which I think, again, I think that's absolutely hilarious, and I enjoy those kind of memes because I think they're funny, right? So anyway, so let's get down into it a little bit further here. Conflux 1-inch. 1-inch protocol. Like I think 1-inch is going to be one of those that has that big breakout again. Again, it can only go so high, right? $7 probably. Band, yes, but that's old. Bitcoin Cash probably still going to have a nice little run, but it was meant to be something that it did not end up being. So I think we're kind of done with that. BNB starting to get near its all-time high again already. I mean, look at the way that, this is just, if we're looking at Binance and BNB, look how well they've served their Binance at this point. But like remember in the last bull run, the high was over here. Like it didn't even come close to that. Like imagine that. Like this thing is just kind of ranged all the way up there this entire time, even with everything that was going on with CZ. Compound, short rips maybe, but otherwise just kind of dead. But now let's get into a couple of different things. There's something that I wanted to show you. These are top cryptocurrency categories by market. And then you have like your L1s. These are your layer ones. And you can look like, what layer one are we looking at? And I want to say that if I'm looking at something based on market cap and based on market cap value as an L1, then what I'm looking for is I'm not looking for something in these billion-dollar ranges. What I'm looking at is something down here. I'm looking at Oasis Network. I'm looking at Kava. I'm looking at Astar. Astar, by the way, this is a newer one that's in the Polkadot ecosystem. 897 million, just moved into the top 100, fell back out, but it moved into the top 100 just recently. Then you've got Clay, you've got Ronin, you got eCash, you've got Engine, Core, Zeta Change, Radic, Moonbeam, Aleph Zero, Cadena. At what point do we look at it and say, well, that's a lot? You know what I mean? So now what we have to do is we have to figure out like which one down in this range, which one of these layer ones are going to be the one that gets that next big move, right? Evmos, Octaspace, Zano. Yeah, it's worth it, by the way, when you look at these and you start going down here and you say, well, you know what? There's a there's a guy here, there's a number here that I have, let's say 50 million. If I take 50 million market cap and I go with Taraxa, Terra, Concordium, Jackal, Archway, you know, you get throw $100 into each one of these and you will not go wrong. You know what I mean? All the way up to, let's call it 200 million. So just throwing $100 into each one of these over 50 million market cap. Now, if you like that lower market cap, you can go with 25. FIO, Huawei, AMB, Nexa, XNA, Octaspace, Evmos, Zanos, LTO, and you know, again, you still $100 in each one of these and see what happens. One of these things is going to blow up, and the next thing you know, it's going to be, you know, several $billion market cap, and it will have been worth every single investment that you had made along this entire path. You know what I mean? So, so when you're looking at L1s, that's what you're, you know, that's those are the good ones. In DeFi, what are the big things in DeFi? Well, you've got Lido, which is 33 billion market cap. You got Chainlink, you got Uniswap, you got DAI. But again, we're looking at what can we do that's down in this range here where we can actually have a nice little pump, right? So we're going to go down into market capitalization, and we're sorted by market capitalization. So now what we're looking for is things that we can buy that are down in these lower ranges, knowing that our maximum represented here is about 33 billion, 11 billion. Let's call it about 20 billion. If we have a great project in DeFi right now, 25 billion. And yes, we're all fans of Crow. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about Cosmos just a few moments ago. We are, and yeah, we are fans. So, you know, Terra Luna Classic, 837 million market cap. Could it go to 20 billion again? Yes. Jupiter Protocol, 782. Finally having a reversal, by the way, up 23% on the year, after, you know, being very difficult, and 60% on compound. So there's a lot of things that are breaking out in this DeFi realm, but, you know, find the things that are not, you know, find the things that are down here, again, in this range down here. If we went with Paraswap, Linear, Gearbox, Vertex, Tokenian, TrueFi, HiFi Finance. If we went through a bunch of these and just decided, you know, maybe Keep Network seems like a good one. Oh, God damn it. I think you can buy that on Coinbase, as a matter of fact. Pangolin, somebody named it Pangolin. That's awesome. Benkoi, Perpetual Protocol. That was a little bit high. Polka Starter, page 2. When we get to page 2, I think this is going to be where the good stuff is. For just, by the way, I'm not saying these are better than the ones at the top. I'm just saying that when I say these are better, I'm saying that these are ones that, you know, have an opportunity for a run. Don't go into something like MIM. Don't go into Magic Internet Money. You know, look for something new. Look for a startup. Look for Bonafide, MinSwap. Look for some of these things that are fairly new, or look for something that enhances the value of something that's already existing that's going to get another big move. Here's a Volt one right here, at number 139 in the DeFi category. So 37 million market cap. Again, there's $20 billion market cap on the table. Volt, by the way, you know, in case you don't know, Volt has 2 video games, or at least it has 3 video games pretty soon. It's got VoltiChange, VoltiSwap, VoltiCard, VoltiEco, the ecosystem, and it's got SparkBot, which is a trading bot that you can use on Telegram, in order to, and by the way, it sets limit orders for you for buys and stuff like that to make your investments a lot easier to do. And if you use it as a native exchange, then it also allows you to burn your own tokens as you trade them when you're using VoltiChange. So there's a lot to like in this. But as you go down this list, you're going to see like TrustSwap. You're going to see things that you've heard before, Kavaland, Enzyme. There are some out here that they're just going to have explosive moves in this realm, and this is just your basic DeFi protocols. There's a lot to like. Exchange-based tokens. There's the and look, if there's an exchange out there that you're a big fan of, I mean, you can see the valuation of that exchange basically. Binance is at 2.6 billion. Uniswap, there's a market cap over here, 62 billion. You've got Leo token at 4 billion, OKX at 3 billion, Kronos at 3 billion, Thorchain at 1.8 billion. But as you go down this line, you can start finding the tokens and see how they are. MX token, 288 million. As much as MX does, and despite that, I have my problems with MX right now, full disclosure, because I think that what they did to the people who support them is absolute bullshit and trash. Despite that, it's probably going to have a 10x run, and it's going to be on par with Kronos. It's trading more volume than Kronos. It's doing more than Kronos is doing. Synthetics, BitGet, it's doing more than all of these. It's trading more volume. So at some point, that's going to end up being, a big thing for it. And meme coins, of course, we got to go over meme coins at least once. Market cap 18 billion. Look, you're looking for something that's down here in this range. You're not going to get more out of Bonk. Bonk's at 1.5 billion. But look at meme coins starting to pop here. MAGA, I'm telling you right now, MAGA token, bank on this. MAGA token is going to be $1 billion token. So if you want an easy 4x from here, that MAGA token is definitely going to be an easy 4x from here. This election is going to be entertaining, and people are going to continue to buy MAGA. And then you got Myro down here at number 432, having a nice little run right now. When you got MOG, you've got Meme, you got Floki. Floki not in the top 100 right now, but fairly close. So you got a lot of these. Anyway, so now I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's move on here real quick. I want to get into the liquidity. You can see right here, people are starting to set their positions on the 24-hour, so you can actually see where the market is most likely headed. 61.5 seems to be the liquidity point. On the 3-day, which is the bigger one, you can see people are starting to, like, this parabolic move is over. Now people are starting to set their positions, and it looks like right here, there's no interest at 59,000. It looks like we'll never see 59,000 again, or at least not locally. And by the way, anybody who's telling you, like JP Morgan is like, well, we're going to 42,000. I don't think they're thinking clearly. I don't think that they're looking clearly. I don't think they're thinking clearly. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's not using their brain. So you're starting to see it fill in. Give it a couple more days to see it really kind of fill in, and then we'll have an idea of what the market looks like if we're ranging in this level. But it looks like if I were a heat seeker, the heat seeker right now is at 61,500, and then there's another one up here at 63,900. And we'll see how it goes. But I mean, come over here, start looking at your liquidation heat map, and then you'll find the ones. But over here on the 1 week chart, you can see that Jupiter even took off. We just had a big move on Jupiter. XRP is now taking off. Gas is now taking off. Unify, ARC, Monero, Loom, and Floki was right there, and it absolutely went nuts. So everything that we thought was going to take off is actually taking off now. So now let's pay some bills. And let's get out of here for the day. Guys, I got to go. I got a Chicago Bears cast to do. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you that you take the time during the course of the day. And what I'm trying to do, by the way, is I'm trying to give you more value. We're going to talk about more tokens like that. We're going to get through that news a little bit faster, and we're going to start looking at these tokens every day to try to find like these diamonds in the rough. Because, the important thing right now is it's time to build the bag. It's time to make sure that you have enough in your bags right now to make that life-changing money. So in the meantime, when you take that life-changing money, make sure that you get more of it. And the way that you do that is through this ad. Guys, right now, this moment, this is the time to increase your crypto portfolio. You're probably not going to want to cash out for at least another year. You're probably not going to want to cash out at least for 9 months. The top of this market is not coming for another year and a half, 18 months, maybe even 2 years. In that period of time, what you want to do is have as much of your crypto as you possibly can. And that's where Cryptonomy.finance comes in. That's where you stake in order to earn more yield. Take these fixed rates over here, grab your favorite crypto. I'm going to go in on a little bit of SHIB. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to convert this over to Bitcoin. I'm going to use 0.2 Bitcoin. And I'm going to do this for 12 months. I'm going to earn 100% more SHIB than I currently have. That's all it took for me to make this happen. Now, the big money is not from the fixed. The way that you get more is right here. It's all of these launches. This launch pool right here, this is the place to make a lot of money. So go check out Cryptonomy.finance today.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck looked like the Loch Ness. What what are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I ain't mean to call you that. I'm ice cold like the keg the bartender tap. On another level like I'm fuck around with ASAP. So what's the word, what's the deal? Don't be asking how I'm doing unless you wanna keep it real, cause I'm all up in my feels. Jesus take the wheel. This liquor got me more set than Jagger Lil Pills.